calls me on the phone and she goes, "You're going to buy my house." Do, 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 do. Okay, well, tell me a little bit about your situation. And she says, "You're going to buy my house." So I'm thinking, okay, dummy, ask the right question. "Why am I going to buy your house?" And she said, "Because I do things in threes. Now, I've been contacted by you 3 different times now, and you're going to buy my house." She was right. We did buy her house. It was we ended up taking it subject to the existing mortgage. It needed a lot of work. And never second guess anything your sellers are thinking. This particular seller had reached her 40th birthday. And she decided that she was going to cut loose of all her responsibilities, and she was going to India to find herself. So there was a caveat to taking over the property. She didn't want us to take it for about 3 weeks because she put up a tent in the backyard so she could practice for her track. This is real stuff, guys. So, okay, that was cool. She also left me a baby grand piano, which was very cool. So when you walk into the house, there were like the bedroom doors and stuff, and all the doors had these little cutouts in them, you know, like little flappy cutouts like that. She had ferrets. And so she wanted the ferrets to be able to go to room, even if the door was closed. And so we thought this was the funniest thing that we'd ever heard. And so over Thanksgiving dinner that year, I was telling the story, you know, about Sue Ann and about her house, and my sister-in-law, I hadn't said what her name was, and my sister-in-law pipes out and she goes, "You're talking about Sue Ann, aren't you?" And I, "How did you know?" And she goes, "Well, I was taking a class from her at the college, and she's got pictures of the ferrets all over the walls." And I said, "Yeah, it's Sue Ann." And so we took over the house. We actually did a work for equity on that particular property. We sold it on work for equity. And a few months go by, probably 6 or 7 months. And at that time, my sister-in-law was the regional manager for Blockbuster Video when they were still in business. And she calls me on the phone one day. She goes, "Hey, Kathy," and she goes, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" She goes, "Sue Ann found herself." I said, "She did?" She said, "Yeah, she's working for me at Blockbuster." True story.